How to sell to Nigerians. Are you ready? Welcome everyone. In the previous video, I introduced this series on how to sell to Nigerians. And I told you the first thing for you to do, for you to know how to do, is to have a very strong attraction mechanism. Now, what is this attraction mechanism all about? You need to first consider your headline when you're trying to attract people into what you're trying to attract people. You're trying to just let them know what you're doing, your business. You're trying to allow them to you're trying to expose your business to your ideal customers. You need to first use a very strong headline, and after your headline you need to also have a hook for them to continue listening to what you're saying. Now, there's a difference between a headline and a hook. Now, but in all this, what is very important is that your headline should be something that demonstrates value. Now, value in form of probably information. Now, let's say you want to sell real estate property, and you don't just come and start saying, come and buy real estate here, or 50% discount. Even with your discount, even with your scarcity and everything you bring, you're not going to really make the kind of sales you want when you just try to sell to Nigerian upfront. Nigeria is a very different market. Nigeria is a market of highly intelligent people, but they have trust issues. So before you sell to Nigerians, you must be able to first dispense information. Now, and the kind of information you're supposed to be giving them is the information that will benefit them in order to buy your products. So if you want to sell real estate property, you are telling them buy. Try to educate them. Try to use a headline that educates them. Now, there are different headline frameworks, and copywriting can help you achieve them. But I'm going to give you two headline framework that works almost every time. The first headline framework is the how-to framework. While the second framework is the numbers framework. So what is this how-to and what is this numbers framework? The how-to framework is, number one, how to buy land in Nigeria without getting scammed. That is an information. Now, that headline demonstrates information, demonstrate value. So this headline is going to capture people that are interested in buying real estate properties without getting scammed. Now, the second headline framework, which is the number framework, is called the number framework. Now, this number framework is just like 3 ways to identify original land. There is nothing like fake land. 3 ways to identify if you're buying a good land or not. You get something around surrounding numbers, but the numbers is dispensing information. 3 ways, 5 ways, 7 ways, or discover 3 system, or discover 3 simple ways, or 5 amazing ways to know that you're buying the right property. All these things are very essential. So that is how to use the attraction mechanism in order to sell to Nigerians. Now, you can use this to sell anything, whether in the real estate market, in the fintech, wherever. All you just need to do is to understand that your headline should demonstrate value, and that value should sponsor some certain information that will help your audience buy what you're selling. With that being said, I hope you got value from this, and in the next video I'll teach you how to nurture your audience. Hello guys, welcome back to this series on how to sell to Nigerians. And in the first video I talked about the 3-step framework on how to sell to Nigerians, which is the number one, the attraction mechanism. Secondly, you need to have a nurturing system, and thirdly, you need to know how to close. In the previous video, I talked about the attraction mechanism, and in this video, I'm teaching you about the nurturing system, how to nurture your audience so that they can eventually buy what you're selling. Now, the goal of nurturing is to turn your cold leads or your cold audience into warm audience and hots that they will eventually buy. And how do you achieve that? You achieve that by, this is a nurturing system organogram, and the nurturing system main objective is communication. Now, there's something communication does. Communication can do two things. It can actually position you as somebody of value, or it can demean you as somebody that is not really valuable. Now, but if you know what you're doing and you know what you're selling, your communication should do this one. It should demonstrate your values. It should demonstrate your values. So, how do you communicate to your audience so that they can eventually buy from you? One of the ways I have communicated with my audience that has triggered sales over the years is using content. Now, content is a very, very strong way to demonstrate value. And how do you deliver your content? Now, how can your content be? Your content can be in the form of text content, graphical content, video content, or even audio content. Now, anyone works. It depends on your target audience. If your target audience are people that like reading, then focus on text content. If there are people that like graphical framework, carousels and all, then focus on graphics. If there are people that like videos, you talking and they just watching, then focus on videos. And if there are people that just want to listen to podcasts, listen to you talk, then focus on audio. But make sure your freebie, your content is something that is very educational, that will help them actually make a buying decision for your product. Now, second way, the second nurturing system I have is using freebies. Now, what are freebies? Freebies, you can use freebies. One of the most important freebies I've used over time to get people to know me, like me, and trust me. And when people know you, like you, and trust you, they can buy from you. Now, you can use free ebooks. Maybe you want to sell, I don't know what you want to sell, but what the thing you want to sell, you can just write a short report on that stuff, 2 to 3 pages that demonstrates enough value. You can turn it into an ebook and give it to your potential audience. And inside your ebook, there'll be something called like an upsell, whereby you're going to sell to them. Now, if your copy or if your write-up is so good, then they have no right. In fact, they have no choice than to just make that buying decision, and the buying decision would favor you. But if it's not really good, if it's still shaking, then you still need to do a lot of follow-up. Now, another way is courses. Now, your courses can either be in video form or audio format, or maybe probably text as well. But one way to actually capture attention well, one way to indoctrinate them into your system, into believing in you, is to use videos. Videos are very effective, especially in these times. Now, there's something I did not mention here. Another freebie that is very, very essential is webinars. Now, what is webinar? Webinar is probably a live or pre-recorded section whereby you're just demonstrating your values probably in live class. You're just talking about what you intend to sell to them in different ways. So this is how the nurturing system organogram is. Very, very important. So this works for whether you're into real estate, you're selling courses, digital product, music, you're into fintech, whatever you're selling, this nurturing system works every time. All you need to do is just pick out the one that you think will work best for your target audience. You can also know your target audience. Now, another thing that is very important is knowing your target audience. Who are they? Are they the Gen Zs? Are they the millennials? Are they the people, old guys and all? Are they the billionaires, millionaires? You know, from your target audience, you know how to craft the most effective nurturing system. But in all, understand that nurturing system has to do with communication and demonstration of value. With that being said, if you've gotten value from this video, all you need to do is just like, comment, share to your friends. Hello guys, welcome to this final video on this series, how to sell to Nigerians. And I told you that to sell to Nigerians, there must be 3 things that is very important. Number 1, you need to have a very strong attraction mechanism. Secondly, your nurturing system must be very, very profound. And thirdly, you must know how to close. Now, I've already discussed extensively how to use attraction mechanism to grab people into your business. I also expressed how you can use a very detailed and profound nurturing system to indoctrinate people into your business and to just make them ask for the sale, then make them interested in even asking how much. Then the next thing is when people have asked how much, the next thing is how do you even inspire people to ask how much before they even ask how much? Sales closing is divided into two. Number one, how do you inspire people to ask how much, and how, when people say how much, how do you respond to that? But we are going to be going into all those stuff right now. So for sales closing, I've outlined some things that are very important. Now, for you to close a sale, that means your content has been able to demonstrate enough value for them to even be interested. Now, how can your content demonstrate value? What system have you used to demonstrate value in your content? It could be your video sales letter, it could be your sales letter, it could be your content, which is going to be in form of text, audio, video, or graphics. And it could even be your freebie, which is going to be probably your ebook, your webinar, or your courses. Now, in all these things, you must be able to demonstrate value, that you're the number one, that you're the right person, that you're the right guy ready, and you're the right guy positioned to give them these results that they're looking for. Because people buy because they want results in probably, they want results, even if they're buying something of fun, they're buying for results. Now, and for you to demonstrate this value effectively, for them to even ask for a sale, you must be able to demonstrate that people are really using this product, and this is called social proof. Now, social proof is probably like a testimony of your clients, people that have already used your products. Now, the strongest kind of the strongest type of convincing system is a satisfied customer that is currently using a product. So social proof is very, very important. Another thing that is very, very important is scarcity. Let me tell you something. When there is scarcity of a particular product, a lot of people tend to rush it. When you infuse scarcity, a lot of people rush it. That's why probably since we haven't using Nigeria, that's why in Nigeria, when there is fuel scarcity or fuel scarcity, everybody is always rushing. Let me go and buy fuel. Let me go and buy fuel. Because of the scarcity system, everybody wants to buy the fuel. Yeah, everybody wants to buy the fuel before the time, before it finishes. You understand? So, and there's another thing you need to know. Urgency is very, very important in your closing system. So your urgency is time bound. You can put out, hey, this stuff is available for just this amount of time. Since you are even using fuel scarcity, now you understand that when we are in that fuel scarcity period, there's always a time whereby the filling station is always opened, and there's a time where they close. So the urgency will trigger a lot of people to, hey, let me go and buy it before this thing ends. You understand? But selling online is different. Fuel is a essential need to most people, and most times when the product you're selling is even going to help you sell more. There are some markets that you must sell. Why there are some markets that you need to do a lot of convincing in order to close that deal. And that is why I've already brought out this series, How to Sell to Nigeria. So let's imagine that this product is, you need to do a lot of convincing before you sell. Now, maybe you're selling a bone straight. Now, you must have a satisfied customer that is currently using that product. You must also have the system of scarcity. Maybe this product is just remaining 7. So if you buy now, blah, blah, blah. And you also have a system of urgency. Now, your urgency can also be accompanied by probably a discount. If you buy it by so time, you're going to get this discount. Now, when they've succeeded in going through your social proof and all that, the next thing they need to do is to make payment. Now, their payment system can be in two forms. Number one, they can be in a checkout page, or maybe you just drop your account number. Okay, make payments so that I can give you the product. After these things have convinced them. Now, this is very easy because if your payment system is very, very seamless, people will pay. And one thing I know about Nigerians is that they don't like stress. If they find out that this thing is going to give them stress, they just leave it. So your payment system is one of the things that is important in your sales process. So you must make sure that you're using a checkout system that is very comfortable to a lot of Nigerians. The next thing is book a call. Now, book a call is probably when you're selling high ticket products, because many people would not just pay 7 million, 10 million just because they saw a payment system. So your book a call also serves as a nurturing system as well. When you've already gone through your sales letter, probably your freebies and all, for them to book a call, that means they are very interested in your stuff. And what you say in that call matters a lot. So your job in that call is not to be answering questions. Your job in that call is to be asking questions. Your job is not to answer questions. Your job is to ask questions. Now, many people may not really understand what I'm trying to say, but when a customer is saying, but your price is too much. Your price is too much. I love this product, but your price is too much. Your job is not to justify the price. Your job is to ask, are you sure that you really want this product? Are you sure you really need this product? Because this product can solve your problem X, Y, Z. In fact, it must just demonstrate the ability to just make the customer talk more about his or her problem. You understand? Your job in a closing process is just to ask questions, ask questions, and by asking questions, the customer closed him or herself already. And with that, you just offer your checkout page and make sure the person pays, and you're just going to close the sale. So this is a very little TED talk, a very short crash course on how to sell to Nigerians. I hope you got value. If you did, put a like, comment, share, and just tell me what you feel about all this series. What else do you want me to talk about? Let me know in the comment section.